What is going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a good Monday. Was not my best NFL Sunday yesterday. It was actually kind of frustrating because I had some beautiful Jameis stacks, and I had my 555. I had the Jameis, I had Amon Ra and Gibbs, and then I just had Jameson Williams, and that was the. If I just make that switch to AJ Brown or even to Devontae Smith, both of them, I win huge money. So kind of frustrated on that one, because I had the makings, and I also had like the Packers defense. I had really, and I had, I had whatever, who was fine. Anyway, it was a little frustrating. I had a chance, but didn't quite get there. It didn't get the build right, but we keep trying. Anyway, going to talk through some NBA. I was hoping Sheets would be here today, actually, and going to start with the later games. I actually think there's a lot of news that we're waiting on. One of the big pieces being Jaren Jackson. Well, I don't even know if to call it one of the big pieces. I do think that all of this, there's a lot of guys in play if Jaren Jackson is out. Memphis does play pretty deep, but this game, if it does stay close, like I think you're going to want the starters there. So I did put like a little minimum of just so I have more access to later stuff, because none of them are going to actually show up in any builds. And then going to the Denver side, I wanted to make sure that I'm like ahead of the field on Peyton Watson to start. I don't mind switching later, but I actually really like Peyton Watson. I also really like Jokic, and I want to make sure I'm at least with the field on him. And I think we're going to get more value as the slate goes. That's just what the nature of this game is. This should be a really high-scoring game, theoretically, and the New Orleans side looks like the appealing side here. I really like a lot, here. And look, we have Sheets back. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us for one of these shows. But I really do like these, the later games. So I am trying to make sure I'm overweight. I don't think I need to change anything with these guys to make sure. I mean, we're going to get plenty of Queen, but just for argument's sake, we'll do this. We'll make sure we have these guys, because I do want exposure to this game. And then we have Vucevic and Patrick Williams and Kevin Huerter all questionable, which is a big difference, because a lot of these borderline-ish plays will look really good if those guys are out. And because of it, we already have a lot of to the other guys. I'm going to just make sure all the guys around the we're just going to put a little one next to them. Just again, this is just so we have a little bit of exposure to things we wouldn't ordinarily if we don't have that answer by lock. If it changes by lock, I will clear those out. But if it doesn't, we will roll and assume that we're going to hear somebody's out, because that's just the nature of this game. I like Caleb Love, but I think this projection is a little wonky from SaberSim. I think it'll come down. I actually brought it down. They have it at 29.9. I just dropped it down to 28. You can see where Sheets has it. Goldie, I don't think has updated his projections as recently, so Goldie will probably have it around where Sheets does, around the 26 number, maybe 25 something. And I think I'm willing to go down there, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer before I do anything. And like I said, if it wasn't a later game, I would bring it down more. I just don't think there's any need to. I also don't think I need to put a min-max in that situation. I like this spot for the Miami guys if Dallas can keep it close. I have some. Oh wait, look, here he is. He's back. He's back, but we don't have volume. We couldn't just have a smooth transition. We had the technical difficulties right off the bat.
Better?
Yeah, there we go. How's it going?
Pretty good. Just get my mic set back up here.
Yeah.
Little technical difficulties, and I'm completely exhausted. But Japan was beyond amazing. Have you ever been?
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
I had never been before. It's just such a different place than any place else,
Yeah.
I mean, you're used to it. You've been like a lot of places, but just the people and just the way the whole culture operates is just so much different than anything I was used to, and pretty eye-opening. Very, very glad that we did it. Yeah. Obviously had some great food also.
Yeah, I bet.
But it was a lot of good stuff. And again, only a miracle that I even get this mic working as poorly as I just have to position it a little bit better. Anything good in football this weekend for you, or?
No, I was kind of mad at myself. I built the big 555 one. I was in the top like 20 for, I think I ended up not that far from beyond there, but But I had the Jameis and the Jameis and Gibbs and St. Brown and Wandale. I just played Jameson Williams in that lineup, and I had tons of Devontae Smith and AJ Brown everywhere else, and I just didn't have it in that lineup. If I play AJ Brown, I think I would come in second in the millionaire maker there. So that was a little frustrating. Just got the wrong mix, but it was a good one. Oh, and yeah, Cam says off topic, but the Rams look unreal. Yeah, the Rams look, like I said, I think that they're significantly the best team in football, in my opinion.
Have you been playing NBA?
I have been, but I didn't play over the weekend as usual. And it was an ugly. I had a couple of good single builds, like top 5s and 6s and stuff, but nothing crazy.
I heard some stories about how, I guess you didn't play the weekend, so you didn't really notice, but I mean, all over the place that Goga Bitadze was like 65% owned and got scratched like 2 minutes after his game started. Which was obviously sent everybody into a frenzy.
That happens. I mean, I hate to say it, but like NBA more than any other sport, even that kind of stuff happens all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, you'll have to lead me through some of this. I mean, I did run projections and I ran some lineups, but I mean, it's so funny. You miss like a couple of days even. And these guys, I mean, I kind of joke about like, who is this guy? But literally like these guys that are showing up as like good values for me, like that are going to be really, really popular. I've never heard of these guys. Like these, like Naquan Tomlin.
Yeah, he's starting.
And like and Jalen Tyson. Like these are Caleb Love. These are literally guys I've never heard of before. Tyrese Proctor. So you're gonna have to tell me who's good and who's.
Well, no, the answer is none of them are. I can say that none of them are good, but like, I can't really answer that. There's like I said, I really don't think the job of today's like NBA things. I keep trying to drive this point. Like, I don't think it's trying to find out which of the value is good unless it stands out as being super fishy at a huge percentage. The one that off the bat does tonight is Tyson, is the Tomlin.
Okay.
But doesn't mean I'm not going to play a bunch of them. You know what I mean? You figure his ownership might even get higher. He doesn't play Jalen Tyson and him both being so high, he doesn't play like a style that has to get there. He's a defender, really. And but at the same time, with all the bodies out, it's hard to say because each situation is a little bit different than the previous one. So we've seen him have some big games where you couldn't live without him. Well, actually, we really haven't seen him. He had a one game against Toronto that you needed him that day, but really haven't seen the huge game. He hasn't really played at more than 24 minutes, and we've got him projected way above that because of the situation they're in, and they deem Wade questionable. It feels fishy to me. It would be the thing that now doesn't mean I'm not going to have some, but like I don't think I need to have 75% of them or whatever they're going to try and give me. And Jalen Tyson, I feel a little bit better about, but I also don't feel like is like a secure, safe thing. And the real thing on the slate that I was sort of going through when you popped in, which I would actually rather spend this time talking more about your trip. I was getting closer to the NBA stuff. I got to talk about the lock stuff. Was to try to really like we have Q tags later in the day, like Jaren Jackson in Memphis. The Bulls have well, actually, have they announced this? No, they haven't. They have Vucevic, Herter, and Patrick Williams all questionable. And like in those situations, we've seen a lot of times two guys sitting in these spots lately, and it's kind of hard to judge, So I would rather, as usual in the NBA delay, but unfortunately, we're going to get some value from this early game, and the question is how much. Like I said, I feel a little better about Tyson than Tomlin, but both of them might be a little bit fishier than they're given credit for. Even yours and Goldie's projections have them a lot lower than SaberSim's.
Let me ask you this: is either one of those guys dependent on them starting or no?
If they're not starting, yeah, I would be concerned.
Okay,
but I don't know that if Tyrese Proctor's starting, which is not going to happen. Well, I guess it could happen. Lonzo's still going to get the minutes off the bench at the guard spot. Jalen Tyson will get some wing minutes. I want to see what happens with Dean Wade before I really commit to anything because he's questionable, and if he's gone, then it kind of doesn't really matter because they just don't have enough bodies. to totally fade these guys on not a great value slate elsewhere. But I'm telling you, there's going to be news later on that's going to open up a lot more value. And sometimes it's just a starting lineup shift. I wouldn't want to play those guys if they weren't starting, like would be my answer. But then I think about it like, well, if Dean Wade's out also, I'm kind of interested in the guy going to be starting, like Tyrese Proctor, especially if Dean Wade's out. Just because there would be down to 10 bodies, I believe.
So if Vooch is in fact out for Chicago, we're looking, I guess, at Jalen Smith.
Yeah, that would be the main one. But I think it's everybody, and it's really Vooch, Herter, and Vooch, Herter, and Patrick Williams, because if all those guys are, I think Buzelis is a great play. Desonmu would look pretty good. Giddey and Kobe White both would be reasonable. Pretty much all of Chicago would be reasonable if all three of those guys are out. I don't think that's like.
What about the good players? Like who do we like as far as spend ups go? Like you like Donovan Mitchell, you like Avdia, like who do you like up there?
I really like Jokic.
Okay.
And I really like. I'm looking at my exposures right now. I've got a lot of the lower tier. I still feel like there's more value to get on this slate, and Jokic stands out as. I mean, obviously he projects like 16 points higher than anybody else does.
I guess.
So it's like depends on do you want to not go with that build? I mean, without Aaron Gordon, the scoring's up now too. Like he just does everything. He's so much by far the best player in the NBA. It's actually crazy to me. And he does it every night.
You know what else, by the way, that I noticed when I came back? I happened to have just looked at the standings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Oklahoma City Thunder are like 17-1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just insane.
How about the fact that Shea has only played in 10 fourth quarters this year too?
And they're 17-1, and the average number of players that the casual fan can name on the team is like one.
No, I think that people all know them now. Casual fans know. No. I mean, Jalen Williams was an All NBA player. He hasn't even played yet. Like he's their second best player supposedly. I mean, I think Chet's their second best player now, but Chet is going to be All NBA probably this year. And people have known about Chet since he was like 12 years old. I was
right.
About him. But I know what you're saying. Like, I mean,
what do you think of it? So tell me about this Caleb Love guy.
Yeah, I'm totally good with it because it's later. I do think, again, we're talking about some like some of these guys are not guaranteed to get there. And I don't have Caleb Love. Like Caleb Love in his last two times he played minutes in this spot. Well, actually, his last four games, this is an example of what you get. He had 32 and 32 minutes. Then he had 13 and 18 minutes. Then he had 46 and 37 minutes. Then he had 13 and 25 minutes. I don't think you can guess which one you're going to be getting. I think it really is hard. But as of right now, I'll eat all of that chalk because it's later and at least allows me to buy time. You know what I mean?
And I'll throw the other guy out here that we've played before. Not as cheap, but Derek Queen.
Yeah, he's been going crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, like right now, I mean, again, I want to see starters. I want to see a lot of stuff, but right now, I mean, the top owned guys are from that. For me, would be Tyson, and then Queen and Tomlin.
Queen, Tyson, Love would be my highest owned because I'm going to make sure that I have more of Love than I do of either of those other guys.
Okay,
just because he's playing in a later game, and that just buys me more. You know, there might be a much better play to open up literally at 1,500 cheaper.
Now, in addition to that, if I'm not mistaken, the FanDuel slate is extended. So there are other guys that get that's what I'm looking for. They get included into the slate. So let me just see if I'm getting.
Out of the Pistons, you mentioned they're 17-1. The Pistons are 14-2.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
Well. See, my highest owned player on FanDuel is from a game that's not on the DraftKings slate. And that's Jordan Goodwin.
I didn't even look at FanDuel, but
I have like 60% of him. He's 46.
this is the kind of thing you should. Yeah, that's good. See, this is what you should do, regardless of how good even the situation is. Just if it's a later guy, just do it. Just ride it, because Sheets. I'm telling you, every single day last week, didn't matter how big the slate. Every single day we had something that was totally out of left field, where the best projected guy wasn't even like registering early, before when lock it.
And then you'd like this then, because like literally the top like 5 owned guys are from like the last 2 games. So I have Goodwin, Reed Shepard for the aforementioned Rockets, Peyton Watson from Denver, Jokic from Denver, Amin Thompson also from Houston. So the top 5 owned from the last 2 or 3 games, last 2 games. Actually, Denver's at 8:00, so it's not quite the same actually. But it's just that Houston Phoenix game getting a lot of. Let me see anything for that Golden State Utah. I'm getting like nothing. I'm getting 22% Jimmy Butler. I mean, you got Draymond Green out, right? It's gonna be worth something.
I should have thrown a basketball take in, and this is for both slates, but like this is the most guys that Pistons have had available. I don't know. You weren't around for the game where what's his name? Where Cade Cunningham had.
I was. We set the record for most misses in the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because he sat out a couple games. Yeah. So it was only.
Yeah, that was my last day, I think.
Yeah, but he had the 96 fantasy points. He's been over 49 in every single game, basically in this stretch.
And his median is like projections like 40 or something.
But it's back up there. And it's a great matchup. It's just a matter of the game staying close. So I really like Mathurin and I really like Cade. I think if that game stays close, that could be your gold mine. I think Mathurin can get 50. I think Cade can get 75. I really do. But the problem is Detroit's a little healthier, and I like playing these superstars when they're sort of forced to do it. But the pace alone is probably good enough to where I think you force in Cade, you force in some Mather, and that's what I'm going to do anyway. I really think this Matherin price is going to be $8K in at some point soon.
Let's see if there's any news coming across. I don't think there's going to be any news before the. Oh, you're waiting for Dean Wade, right?
For Dean Wade is for the first games is the one. It's such a weird thing that how something like that can, like change a slate. But let's see, Brandon Williams is a game time decision today too. So that's another in the Dallas side. I had him before as likely to play. Okay. So this is an argument for like going over, like I'm going to put a minimum exposure on D'Angelo Russell. Cause if he's out, we're going to want things from Dallas. We already have no Anthony Davis, no Derek Lively, no Kyrie, obviously, no XM, all that stuff. Wait a minute.
How much is Cooper Flag nowadays? 7?
74 on DraftKings. He'll also look good too, by the way, if not for this. Shoot. Yeah, because the game time decision, I mean, that's a big, and he's the point guard too. Like that's Russell. That's going to be potentially Christie, but Flag will get a bump also. It's weird because there's not like a direct guy. Oh my God. We're not quite at the point where we have to try Jaden Hardy again, but that would be fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing him.
You never mind with that guy because you're getting the shots checked. He's going to do shots.
He's like I said, he's self-correlating,
Mm-hmm. Did you have anything go on in football yesterday? I noticed that you were playing.
No, I mean, I couldn't even look. I was like on a plane. I didn't pay attention. Yeah, I had a bunch of Arizona, just didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
I did not have. What did you need to win? Was it the Giants?
It was Jameis.
Oh well, it was Gibbs first of all. I mean,
Jameis and Gibbs on the run back, the old school Gibbs and Amon-Ra.
Oh, and Jameson Williams got a 0, right?
Jameson Williams with a 0. That's what killed me. Like I said, it was incredible. I scored like 230 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it was like nuts. Actually, no, it was higher than that. It was 240 something because it was what's his name would have put me in second place. AJ Brown.
Yeah, the Rams look good, and you know what? Everybody else kind of looked shitty.
I think that's what the league is now.
Yeah.
That's what I've been seeing. At least I mean, like they didn't have a great game yesterday, but the Seahawks I think are really good.
Oh, Seahawks are good. I mean, Kansas City and Indianapolis both look kind of whatever.
I thought Indianapolis looked incredible in the first half and then just sort of faded.
Philadelphia just freaking stinks. You know what I mean? Like
they stink, and they'll probably be in the NFC title game.
Probably. Their
defensive line is so good, and their offensive line is so good. They just have so much room for error.
Dean Wade is out.
Okay, so that's gonna. Well, let's let the things reset because I think that's gonna.
What do they have? 8 guys, 9 guys.
I think they're gonna end up with 10 guys, but only like 8 that really normally play. Let me just double check that. But it's not just like that. It's like it's the guys too. It's like you don't have. There's already no. We don't have any Jared Allen. So how many minutes can we think Larry Nance?
Are they all going to play like 29 minutes? Is that one of those?
No, I mean Donovan Mitchell won't. Donovan Mitchell's already a good player.
Donovan Mitchell played like 40. I mean, like
yeah. Well, he really blew up a really good building. He had 5.5 fantasy points going into the fourth quarter of a game last week against the Rockets. And he ended up he scored 34 something fantasy points, I think, in the
Oh my
the
God.
fourth. But he still like didn't get close to getting there. Like it was like so frustrating. All right, let me just see this real quick because this is, I'm curious about this.
I know you probably want to do to get to the basketball to get to your lineups. You want to give me some quick football takes or?
I'm gonna wait for the basketball, but I'll jump into the football actually.
So you want to?
I want to rerun basketball when it gets a little closer anyway.
Oh, okay. No, so do you want to go and are you going to do football at 7 or do you want to?
No, I think we can just jump right into it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, we'll jump into that's the wrong slate. Let me get to the right slate. Okay. Come on. This is what happens to me now. The last 40 minutes, I barely got one set of lineups in on one of the late swaps yesterday. It was driving me crazy. Maybe it would have been better if I didn't.
I have a question. Who is Luke Travers?
Luke Travers. I know this guy's gotten a few minutes lately.
He's another Cleveland guy.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's happening with this. Why this is happening again? Shoot. Oh my God. This has happened with me not on the shows though. All right. I have to reopen this.
And I guess they'll have to announce starters at some point.
Yeah. Because Wade was definitely going to start, I think. Yeah, it's going to be hard to ignore that Cleveland value. It's kind of a shame because I think it's a little bit sketchy. It's going to be somebody, but I don't know which. It is hard to guess which is going to be the guy.
Well, let's talk about the football game.
Okay, I'm waiting for my thing to load, so I can't look at my notes yet, but we can talk about the game. I like Carolina and the points. I've been on fire with the game picking sheets.
Oh, really?
I'm on fire. I nailed everyone. I got the Buffalo losses. Buffalo lost both times. I had that one. I just can't get my other stuff right. Braden Willis does not have a thing. Okay, so let's do this. All right, finally got to my screen. It looks like it's just really slow.
Well, I think if that's the case, I think you start honestly with Tet and Dowdle, right? I mean, those are the two by a long shot. You know what I mean? Like the main contributors, of the Carolina side. So you start with those three, with those two in the quarterback. It's like, and then obviously McCaffrey on San Francisco. Those are and Purdy. Those are the easy guys. It's harder to. And then how do you make all this work? You can play either Kittle or Pearsall. Pearsall comes off like a not an MCL, but not an ACL, something with his knee. Didn't look so great in his first game back. Don't know if I trust the knee injuries are tough. I don't know what to do with that. Kittle's obviously, Kittle's Kittle.
The hard part is that I mean, as much as I do like Carolina in the points, it does worry me to ever bet on these NFC West teams are so good In Carolina, like they haven't, like I still have no idea who they are. I know they're playing better football, but they're so weird, man.
Better, they're like over 500, right?
Yeah, they're right. They're right there. They're in first place.
And they beat Green Bay on the road. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest thing, but they did. Yeah, so I think that getting to some more of the captains from the other side, like the Tets. I think taking a shot on like a guy like Leggett as like a captain is a good thing for the lottery. I don't think anyone's going to, and he we're coming off. He's starting to develop much more of a rhythm with Bryce. So I like that. And I like the I just don't think this Niners defense is very good. Like I mean
they give up a lot of yards in the passing game.
I know, but I'm watching them play the Rams and the Seahawks. Like it's hard to know. Like, are they just not good, or are they not good because those teams are just?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard in football because we don't get enough of a sample against other teams. You're playing.
For example, they handle the Giants pretty easily.
Yeah, and hey, the Giants are not bad. Jameis is not bad.
No, I know, but they handled the Giants kind of easily. I mean, when Dart was there.
Yeah.
But these other Carolina guys, I mean, for showdown, you can play all the. I mean, you can play Leggett. Like you said, You could even play some of these other like Coker, Jatavian Sanders. He's probably going to be popular. Any of these guys really, they're on the roster. Like Tremble, he can get in there.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it is a 7-point spread, so it is likely Carolina's going to be throwing the ball. So all these guys are all these characters are in play.
Yeah. I was really mad I didn't. Saberson was loved themselves some Tampa Bay last night. I could not get off of the Tampa Bay Bills, and I thought, okay, maybe because I really thought the Rams were going to kill him. I said that I thought the Rams would kill him.
Is Mayfield missing time or no?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with him.
Wow.
Yeah. D-Pope likes 31-17 Niners.
Yeah, it's possible.
That seems reasonable. I've got it 27-24 Niners as the score in my build. But I actually think that there's a good chance.
You really think? Yeah, I guess so.
What?
You really think Carolina can put up those points, huh?
They just did.
Yeah.
I mean, I just watched everybody beat the hell out of San Francisco. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they made Brissett look good. They made obviously the Rams look. I mean, everybody looks good against them. Their offenses. I don't know. I just am like that. That's what's been a little bit frustrating.
Well, I mean, they made Brissett look good. They were up 100.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the game got yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, they did give up 26 to Houston. And maybe you're right. Maybe the San Francisco defense is how the hell did they win in Seattle?
I don't know.
I guess before Seattle was.
It's just weird. Like, oh, that was the first game of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that game and I was like, the Seattle should not have lost that game. They should have won the game. Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest mistakes I've had lately is oh, Sheik, that you weren't there for the bad. That was a bad beat. The Detroit was going 4th and 17. The Eagles that game last week because I was going to win the showdown single-handedly. It was 16.
I didn't even see the game. What happened?
It was like 3 minutes to go, and it was 4th and 17, and the Lions were down 10, and they were going, but the Eagles called timeout, so they kicked a field goal.
Oh.
The field goal ended up moving me to 4th.
Oh no!
Solo 4th.
Oh my God!
It was a kind of a brutal one, and it wasn't. And I had most of the guys who would have helped me if they would have gone for it, even though they go for it and they just probably lose. You know what I mean? But it was
my God!
So that was not great. There was still a few minutes to go. Things could have happened, but it was pretty frustrating. It was the Jameson Williams. You know, he was the captain who was the one who got me there because he had a huge game. Anyway, but yeah, I'm rebuilding my stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning more on these. First of all, I also like. I think. Am I seeing this right? Is Purdy really going to be lower than? So I like Purdy better as a captain, I think, than McCaffrey.
I guess.
I don't know.
I'm just for ownership.
Kittle, I like a lot as a captain.
I mean, I definitely think that that you're probably supposed to play a decent amount of McMillan in the captain.
I agree with that. But I also
he can legitimately like outscore McCaffrey, you know?
Yeah.
Like the other guys are not going to really outscore McCaffrey, but they'll open up the lineups for other people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think McMillan can like legitimately outscore him. Like even if McCaffrey has a shit game, then obviously people can outscore him. I think that McMillan can outscore him even if he has a good game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, McCaffrey get 22 and McMillan get like 26. You know what I mean? It's very, very within.
I think Leggett outscored it. Like Leggett did last week, didn't he? It was a week before.
I don't know.
He had a big game. Yeah. Wow. Okay. It's really loving the McCaffrey. I'll just remind everybody: Carolina, 5th in the league against the run. Everybody thinks you can run all over them because they were getting run on early in the season. They've been really good against the run.
I have to tell you, in my current builds, I have very, very little McCaffrey in captain.
I hope that's what I end up with.
I mean, it's very little. And unfortunately, I have to say, I mean, right now, I don't have too much of him in the flex either. I have. How much even do I have of McCaffrey? I mean, I right now, believe it or not, I have 11% McCaffrey like across the board.
Oh my God.
I don't know. This is a full on Carolina just steamroll I have going here. I have like my current builds. I have to redo everything when the inactives come out, whatever. I mean, 82% Bryce Young, 79% McMillan, and 62% Dowd. You know what I mean? Like that's the deal.
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do it, but that's what I got right now. Well, I could do it. I mean, if I get it, I'm going to put it in.
Yeah. You can do it. I'm just bumped. I'm bumping. I can see that what's happening. Saberson really has got a much higher projection on McCaffrey. Coker, I like better. I think I like all of these Panthers a little better than Saberson. And remember, look, it's a showdown. I mean, we just had this thing on what was the last showdown that we did a show for? Oh, the Thursday night game. That was like what did you have to do to win now in that slate? You literally couldn't play Josh Allen, which Saberson gave you none of, which was crazy. And you would never think that on a showdown. Like literally 0% they were giving out. And it was right.
They've starters out for Cleveland yet?
I'm still just running my football stuff, but I was going to jump back over there in a minute. I like the Kittle captain too, by the way. The only thing I'll just keep reminding everybody about McCaffrey, you're playing McCaffrey for his catching. Like he's not running all over anybody. He's still got his season long? I think it's 16 yards.
Yeah, you pointed that out. You pointed that out last week.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, Dowdle is my highest owned, followed by McMillan and then Kittle, then McCaffrey. I like that. I think Dowdle could have a big game here. All right, I'm going to jump back over.
You don't believe in that? What about the McCaffrey revenge?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's so funny. I didn't even put that together for a second. It took me a minute. If it was like in Carolina, maybe there would be something I would talk about.
I don't think. I mean, like he's not, but he's from San Francisco.
Right. And it's not like
I don't know if he's from San Francisco. I know he went to college there. I mean,
yeah. Let's see. All right, I'm just going back to the. Come on, slow mother effort. All right, yeah, they do have Cleveland's lineups here. Let's see who they've got. Oh, Larry Nance Jr. now is going to be the main shock point.
Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah, so what if they're starting him? I mean, he like he should be at least around a point a minute or higher, maybe higher in this situation. So I think he should be like around 24, 25. Tyson and Tomlin, I'm good with both of them. I think Lonzo's starting too. Okay. That means that Lonzo's a better play as well. So these are all these guys. I think I would go in terms of value. Tomlin's not starting. I would bump Tomlin down a little bit if Richardson doesn't do it for you. I think that's the right thing to do.
You bumped. You knocked down Tomlin.
Well, like SaberSim's already got him like almost 2 points higher than you and Goldie have him, and he's not starting. And I don't know if it's adjusted yet. If it has adjusted for him, I would say that that's one that I would want less. I don't know. We'll see. I think we're going to update in a second. Now, if he ends up like unowned, then I would play some of them. I would post it in because I just think that we don't know with these guys how it's going to play out.
Right.
Yeah. So. Oh, and we have no Vooch. So Jalen Smith is also looking like a near.
Oh, no Vooch?
Well, I'm guessing because I just saw Jalen Smith with an 8x projection. Patrick Williams is in. Kevin Herter out. Vooch out. All right. So that's going to be out. So the Bulls side of that, it's going to be mainly Jalen Smith then who gets but I think everybody else just gets a little bit of a bump. That's nothing crazy. I'd still like to get to some of these other guys a little bit, but they have Kobe White back who wasn't here before. So I still think Cleveland's actually being underprojected. We're going to have this Travers guy a little bit. Ugh. I mean, what can you do? Do you know who's probably a pretty good play is Thomas Bryant that no one's going to get to?
Thomas Bryant?
We know he can do things when he's out there, you know? It's just you're just betting on like, okay, they don't have their regular center. So he can back up Mobley and play with Mobley, potentially. Maybe Mobley gets 2 fouls, maybe Larry Nance gets 2 fouls, and Thomas Bryant's right in there. He's really the only other big they have. I think he's the one you take like just a forget the numbers, just take a pure gamble on having 5% of them or something. Maybe higher. We'll see if Christian McCaffrey, he hasn't busted through anything this whole season, so we'll see. And he's still putting up numbers. he has no big plays, but he has big numbers.
He got there for me in a good one.
No, he puts up numbers because he catches 10, 11 passes every game.
Yeah.
You have an automatic like 18 points basically from the passing game.
Yeah, before it even starts. I mean, like.
Yeah. All right, they're updating now. I'm curious.
And there's Nance. Okay.
What this recent update has.
I'm going to update mine in a second, actually. So it's okay.
I mean, this Toronto team is pretty good. They might get smoked. And Donovan Mitchell.
What's his name's having a very good year at Barnes.
All of them. Barnes has been great. I mean, it's hard to say Cleveland, who's like probably the best team in the East or the second best or the third best, one of the best three, is going to get smoked, but they could. I think Donovan Mitchell's not getting enough of a bump too. It's just like when you're playing with a bunch of role-playing guys, even like Lonzo, these guys don't want to shoot. Jalen Tyson will take a shot or two.
Well, again, I don't listen. I'm only putting it up here on the site because I'm doing it for myself. But I mean, I'm putting my projections up. But it's going to sound weird to say this, but I mean, Bobby's been very direct about this, and I'm going to be just as direct. Like if you're really playing the NBA, like I really would not use my projections for no other reason than they're just not going to update.
Yeah, I use them as a reference point. If I feel like I'm like, that seems surprising, and usually it confirms what I think. And sometimes it makes me think differently, you know?
Yeah.
Because some situations aren't going to change, but
they
it's
just don't
hard.
update. I'm just not around to update them. It's just not.
No, but even if you were, it just takes by the time you get them updated.
They can be totally different.
Like that 30 seconds to share it with people would be enough to sometimes break you.
Right. Yep.
And that's if there are no technical problems. All right. So I'd like to get other starting lineups. I really like the idea of getting to this Cade Cunningham and this Matherin on the other side. I like the correlation. And then
what do we have here? So we have like a little bit of a window, like between 7:30 and 8, for example.
Yeah.
For these last 3 DraftKings games.
Yeah. I like Jalen Smith a lot tonight. I think it's a little bold to put him at 35 as a like what Saberson has him right now as a median projection.
35%, you mean?
No, they've kind of like a 35-point projection.
Oh,
that's probably a little ambitious, but like it doesn't matter because having 100% of him now is totally fine, and the numbers will regulate. It just seems like one of those that's up there now. It's not going to be there later, probably. 35 is a little ambitious. Probably be like 30-ish. Who else can we get for the Bulls bigs? They really don't have any other bigs. That's the thing.
Besides Jalen Smith?
Yeah, like traditional bigs anyway. But
I mean, Artis Gilmore is not available, right?
No.
Horace Grant's out.
Horace Grant's out. Why is this Love? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the Caleb Love thing feels fishy to me a little bit, but I also, again, I like the idea of delaying because we might, but now I don't know.
I don't know if you can get away with it, you know?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me just double check that starting lineup from Toronto. That's weird. So they're starting Walter instead of Sheed. He's going to look like another value play, and it's probably one I would want to play. I think
for what team?
For Toronto. And I think his projection is going to look like it too. Just it's going to take a minute. They've got Walter should be higher here. It's going to watch. You're going to see it shoot up in a minute. I know. I don't even know why it's as low as it is right now.
So just so you guys know, everybody that's out there, and I'll talk through this with you. I mean, I will totally have the football covered. Like before, but you said you're going to go on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do Thursday, but I don't even know where I'm. It's a little bit.
No. So what I was going to say is what I think I'm going to do is tomorrow I will do I'll do a preview tomorrow, and then Wednesday what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a full like showdown thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll do the NBA because obviously that's the Bobby card, right? The Bobby NBA slate.
Yeah, I wish I don't know if I'm able to play it though.
Oh,
but I was good at it back in the day before.
Well, that's good for everybody else then.
But I do well. I do really well on the Thanksgiving football games too every year for some reason.
Right, but and so what I was going to do is on Wednesday I was going to do all the showdown games. So I would preview those.
Oh wow!
And then depending on what time you were going to go on Thursday for the live, I would join you. I remember I got to go for Thanksgiving, so
yeah.
But if you did it early enough, like 11 o'clock. I mean, actually, it'd be before the first game anyway. I'm not going anywhere before the first game starts. So I'm down with you for Thursday.
Okay, cool.
No,
I don't know where I'm going to do it. Like I literally am at my family's with a million other people, so I'm going to try to find a place.
And so just everybody knows there's no MMA this week. I don't think there's any golf this week. Won a couple of seats. I won a seat to the King of the Desert thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Which is I think two phases online and then one live if you get through.
Yeah.
I also won a seat to the live final for hockey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, awesome. I've been winning those tickets.
That's beautiful.
Not even tickets, like winning actual seats, like the flight. It's actually like going to Florida for like a hockey thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Not exactly what you think of when you think of hockey to go to Florida, but
yeah.
I figured maybe go to like Toronto or something or like.
Yeah. I was really mad at myself because I did really well in golf this weekend, but I I had my 5 of 6 in the other thing. Like literally, I had like the nuts, and then I just literally clicked on Adam Svensson's name. I also was battling with you at one point. We both had a chance to win the sand trap, the big one.
Oh, really? I wasn't even following it.
Yeah, on Sunday there was a point where we were like, you were like, I was 8th, you were 9th, and we were going back and forth. Like we both had the same amount of PMR basically, and more than most people around us. So just didn't go.
I cashed in the signature hole.
Yeah, same. I don't buy this project. For what it's worth, you're going to have to rerun them soon. I like Jacoby Walter a lot better than this Sabersim projection.
Okay.
And I think Sheed is a good play off the bench, but I think Walter is a much better play than the projection they have him with.
I'll tell you what I'm getting. I think a lot of it is Jokic.
Now we can afford him.
On FanDuel, especially, actually.
Yeah.
I'm getting all this Ryan Rollins for some reason.
Yeah, Rollins has been awesome, and there's no Giannis. It makes sense. I got plenty of them as well. All right, let's see what happens here because I don't want to do anything until we get this last news about Toronto. I'm not trying the projection. They moved up Walter a little bit, but they actually moved Sheed up. Something feels wrong.
Coming off the bench, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to get going. And so everybody, you will see me over the next couple of days for sure.
What's that?
We'll take care of all the content. We'll take care of the basketball. We'll take care of the football, all phases of it. We'll get you guys some big opportunities in the Thanksgiving slates. I love the Thanksgiving slates. I play all the showdowns and all the slates, and really looking forward to it. Actually,
yeah, I am as well.
All right, guys.